So this one will be a nice quick video for us. This is a real short lesson. This is on solving equations with polynomials in it. So the first equation we're going to do here is going to look very similar to what we've done before. It's really just a multi-step equation. Okay? We've got some polynomials, 4 times n minus 2, but for us, it's really just kind of like a distributive property problem for us. So we'd follow the same steps we normally did, kind of do all the work on each side. So we get 4n minus 8 plus 5n, and then we have 18 minus 6n plus 19. Next step is always to combine any like terms together. So 4n and 5n is 9n minus 8. And I have negative 6n, and then 18 and 19 is 37. Now we just solve it like a equation. We get all the variables on one side, we get all our constants on the other. So I'm going to add 6n to both sides, and I'm going to add 8 to both sides. So we get 15n is equal to 45. So n is equal to 3. So this one feels a lot like just a regular old equation for us. Where it gets a little bit different is when we have some squared terms in there. That's something we're not familiar with or we're not used to seeing in there. So sometimes it can bother us or make us think like we don't know how to solve it yet. What you're going to realize is in a lot of cases, the squared term is going to drop out of the equation, and we're going to have just a regular x, and then that's something that we know how to solve. So for instance, on this one, we do 6 times x squared is 6x squared. 6 times 2x is 12x. 2 times 3x squared is 6x squared. And 2 times 12 is 24. Here you'll notice when I subtract the squared terms, to get them both on the same side, they both turn to 0. And I'm just left with 12x equals 24. Then I simply finish solving it like I would a regular old equation. Okay? So as you're solving these, follow your rules. Use your distributive property first, combine your like terms, and then solve it. So distributive, like terms, and solve. If you have a squared term in there, in all the ones we're going to work on right now, that squared term, as we solve it and combine our like terms together, you'll notice that that term drops out. So don't worry about that. It's not going to change how we actually solve it. Now, as we solve equations, it is okay to get a fraction or a mixed number. So don't always assume you're going to get a nice whole number. But once you've kind of done your distributive property and moved things around, you're really just solving a regular old equation.